What's happening, everybody? I hope you guys are doing well on this lovely Monday morning for you. For me, it is a lovely Sunday night. I had to get after it late. You know what I'm saying? We don't care. We burn the midnight oil. It's not even close to midnight, but hey, you know what I'm saying? That's what we do. We exaggerate here on the Smoking Simian. We don't give a fuck. We lie. We lie. We don't tell you guys the truth ever. So as far as you know, it's 3 in the morning, and I just ran 2 marathons before this. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed last week's episodes, both of them, but mostly with Mr. Tim Ehlers. I think that was pretty cool because I always talk about my experience as an advisor for 6 days, whatever the fuck it was. And he was the guy who hired me. I always talk about it, and he's a part of it. So it was good to have him on, and it was good to chat with him. One thing I wanted to talk about today, guys, is a word and a feeling that we all deal with. We all deal with it, probably more so than any other animal in the animal kingdom. Are you ready for this? The word is frustration. Frustration. Filtration, frustration. So frustration, guys. That's the word of the day. Frustration. Yay. No, guys. The reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I'm going through a frustrating time, I guess. I'm caught in that area where I don't want to be working for anybody else already. Like I'm there. Like I'm at that point where I just don't want to work for anybody else. But I don't have the means to just not right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess I could take a monstrous chance, but you gotta take calculated risks, right? For me, that wouldn't be a smart risk. It wouldn't be calculated. It wouldn't make sense. So right now, I have to work. I have to work somewhere. I have to do something. And for me, it's working in restaurants. That's all I've done my whole life. That's where I'm at right now. That's what it is. It's good money. It doesn't take up as much as my time as a 40-hour-a-week job would. And it's good money. It's quick money. Excuse me. I think I might. Nope, I'm good. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. I'm getting that thing that always happens to me where I can't I can't get a word in edgewise. You know what I'm saying? But what the hell was I talking about? God damn it. See, this is what I'm talking about. Frustration. That's where I was coming from, right? Yeah, so I'm working in restaurants, I'm doing my thing, and it's all I've done my whole life, and I'm ready to stop doing it. I'm ready to just stop doing it. I want to be on to something else. I don't know what, this is my something else. I want this to be my, I want this to be my livelihood. I want this to be my job, my career, being an entrepreneur, doing my thing. I don't want to be working in a restaurant. You feel me? There's nothing wrong with that. I do it. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. And if you're happy, that's cool. If you do it for a job, that's fine. But for me, I don't want to do it. And it's frustrating that I'm in it. So that brings me to my first point of where frustration comes from. There's a few different things, right? The first one is probably impatience, right? We're very, very impatient humans. We're very impatient. It's only gotten worse as time has gone on. As human-to-human interaction has gotten briefer, as technology has advanced, as autonomy has become a part of everyday life, and it's becoming more so every day. And nobody's patient anymore. People need things now. You know what I'm saying? You wait fucking, I went on a whole rant. I dedicated a whole episode to waiting for milkshakes. You know what I'm saying? Me shitting on an ice cream place, right? That I hope they heard it. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I would love it if I would like go there and there was a sign of me or like the sign of the Simian, and it was like, don't let this motherfucker in here because he's a dickhead, and I would love that. That would be my favorite thing. I would post that every day. So guys, make it happen. Every time you go to the Newport Creamery on Smith Street, I live right near it. I'm very close. I want you guys to refer them to the Smoking Simian. I want them to listen to that episode. Whatever number it is, I don't remember what the fuck number it is. You guys can tell them. I want y'all to do that, and I want them to hear it. And I want the manager to hear it, and I want everyone to hear it. And I want to make sure that I'm not allowed there at all. God, you know what I'm saying? I would love that. That would be my favorite. But anyway, impatience. Impatience is what is one of the major factors in frustration. It's one of the major things that stems into frustration and being upset about whatever position you're in. And the way to combat something like that is just to understand the process. You just got to keep reminding yourself of the process, because usually when that impatience sets in, it's because you're thinking about the end goal. You're thinking about the ending. Like, oh, fuck, I got to go to this job. I got to put on these black pants and this black button up and schmooze people to get fucking, you know what I'm saying, and make my money and pay my bills and I got to do this. And I don't want to do this at all, because I know at some point in my life I'm not going to be doing this. And I want to be doing what I envision myself doing, you know what I'm saying? And I want to be putting time toward that. And it's frustrating. I'm getting frustrated just thinking about it. But, and I'm sure you guys are too. And that's what we want to do on the Smoking Sim. We want to get you up in the morning. We want to frustrate you. We want to get you upset and angry for the day. Very mad. Because we all know when you fight, you want to fight angry. You want to fight angry because when you're angry, they can't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? You want to be angry. So that's why we turn on the Smoking Simian. Frustration. You want to get frustrated. You want to listen to me. Go back and forth about nonsense. You're going to get frustrated. So it's only right that we're talking about frustration today. But yeah, impatience. Impatience is definitely, it's one of the things that plagues us. Frustration, one of the things that causes it is just not understanding your process, not understanding that you have a goal and that you set a plan and that you're working hard on it, and you just don't understand that that's going on. You don't understand that you're in the midst of making something happen, and that right now is just a temporary position. You forget. That's what it is. You forget because you get anxious. You want the future. And this brings me to my next point. Uncertainty of the future, right? Let me take another sip of this real quick. This is terrible. This is awful. Hold on. This is none of the good stuff, right? This is all the good stuff. We wiped it out. This is Jack Daniels. It's terrible. I'll probably toss it out when I'm done talking to you guys. You know what I'm saying? I wanted a little bit of whiskey after work, but this is all I got. I got whiskey, but it's terrible. So the unknown and uncertainty. We're very nervous about the future. We're very nervous about what's coming next for us. We don't know if what we're doing now is even going to get us to where we want to be. Some people don't even know where they want to be. Some of us have a very grandiose idea of where we want to be. And due to our high expectations, we have the anxiety. We don't know. The uncertainty is what is frustrating as well, because we're putting all this time into something. We're taking a chance. Some of us are taking a chance. Some of us aren't. But some of us are taking bigger chances than others. And we don't know what's going to happen in the future. The uncertainty of it all. And there's really nothing you can do about that. That is one of the things that's just intrinsic. It's intrinsic in human life. Like, that might not even be the right fucking word, but maybe I should say asymptotic or systematic, maybe. How about those things? Those are good words. Those are good words if I'm trying to sell you something, right? If I'm trying to be a scrounge, whatever you would call you, like a used car dealer in the 80s or something. I'm trying to be one of those guys. You use those type of words, right? Systematic, purely psychosomatic. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, please say it in the comments when I say purely psychosomatic. But anyway, the uncertainty. It's it's something we just don't know. We can have an idea, but we have no fucking clue. We have no fucking clue. Nobody was certain that 2020 was going to be a pandemic-ridden year that was fear-inducing and put a lot of people out of work and gave people anxiety on what's going to happen next, right? Nobody planned for that. In fact, most people were certain that 2020 was going to be a phenomenal year just because of the name, 2020. Whoa, 2020, futuristic, and then you get fucked, right? So uncertainty is a bitch. Uncertainty it'll cripple you. It'll cripple you if you dwell on the things that you don't know, things you essentially have little control over. The control you have is today. You have control of things today, which will ultimately affect your future in some way, but you still don't know. You could think you're doing the right thing for years and then realize somewhere down the line, be like, this wasn't the right thing. I got to switch things up. You know what I'm saying? So uncertainty, gives us anxiety, which gives us frustration, right? Because we don't know where we're going to end up. So I would say the best way to combat that, again, is the mind. It's in the mind. Patience is the mind thing, and so is this not thinking about the uncertainty. There's healthy stress and there's unhealthy stress. In my mind, unhealthy stress is the kind of stress that you put on yourself on things that you have little to no control over. You have some control over today, but you can only do so many things today. You know what I'm saying? And this leads me to where another area of where frustration could stem from, and that's having bad preparation, right? That's a little more tangible. That's something that's we've all felt, right? You have to go do a presentation in front of the class, and you thought you were more prepared than you were, and you weren't, and or you knew you weren't prepared. You knew you didn't prepare the right way, so you're even more nervous. God forbid anybody asks me a question. You know what I'm saying? God forbid. I had horrible anxiety the last fight I had, the last real sanctioned fight. That I had, it was because I wasn't prepared. I was frustrated before. I was anxious, and that's what it is. So that's one of the things that we can tangibly fix, right? Again, there's only so many hours in the day. But if we're going to try and tackle this beast of frustration, one thing that we can pick on is being prepared. Trying our best to be prepared for things. This is my second or third time recording this because all week I've been putting it off, right? I've been recording other episodes. I've been editing other episodes. I've been working. I've been fucking off. I've been doing other things, my hobbies, exercise, that type of thing. I've been putting it off, right? Procrastination. Remember we talked about that a little while ago? Well, when I finally sat down to do this, I was fumbling on my words just like I am right now because I'm thinking about it, right? I wasn't prepared. I had this topic picked out, sure, but it was like sitting down here was like the last thing I had to do today. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I had to do this a couple times, and I was getting very annoyed, right? If there was a camera on in between the takes of this, you'd be like, I hope this guy's okay, because it's annoying, you know what I'm saying? Like it's frustrating. It's frustration. It sucks, you know what I'm saying, when you're not prepared. So that's something that we can work on. And that just comes down to work ethic. It comes down to planning, right? It comes down to planning your week, keeping an agenda, keeping a plan, time management, right? That's the word I was looking for. That's what that comes down to. But it's a tangible thing. It's one of the things that we can work on, right? So is patience, though. You can work on your patience, right? Read a book, stand in a line in a bank, right, for no reason. Let people cut you in the store, right? You can do those type of things. No, but realistically, you can, work on being more patient. Don't use your fucking phone all day. You know what I'm saying? Wonder about things. But even that, right? Like, it just sounds funny to be like, oh, wonder about things sometimes. Because do people wonder about things anymore? You know what I'm saying? Do people is that an old ideal? Because we know everything now. You know what I'm saying? Or we think we know everything now. But there's no wondering anymore. There's no false information. Even though there is, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a weird paradox. There's supposed to not be false information because of all this, the influx and the surplus of information that we have. But because of that, there's also plenty of false information. So did we really fix anything? Did we really fix anything, Google? I mean, come on. Because because back in the old days, you just asked a bunch of people and you took an average of all those answers and you're like, okay, we can work with that. And then people got by, right? Now we just get ass fucked with all types of information. But how did I get in on this topic? Oh, patience, working on your patience. Like I said, those are some of the things that frustration stems from. And one of them you can't really do anything about. The uncertainty of the future. You can be as certain as you want. Things might not happen. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. Certainty, you have to act with a certain level of certainty. That comes with confidence. You know, if whatever you exude, you want to act as you wish to be, almost. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be putting on a facade, but you've heard the term, or you've heard people say, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. The people you hang around with are the people, you'll only be as good as the people you're around with, or as good, you know what I'm saying? I put quotes because good is subjective, whatever. It's the same thing. So uncertainty is one of the things that, you have to have some kind of confidence. You build your confidence to be as certain as you can about things, but nothing's set in stone. So that's one of the systematic things that we just kind of have to deal with best we can. Mental game. Impatience, working on patience is probably the next most tangible thing. You just gotta focus on the day-to-day decisions, like we always talk about. The day-to-day decisions is how you get a motherfucking thing done. Don't focus on the end goal. That's what's happening to me. And it happens to all of us. Don't focus on the end goal. Be patient. Gotta be patient. Impatience. So uncertainty, impatience. And the last one is proper preparation. Jesus Christ. Peas all over the place. Proper preparation. You gotta be prepared. You gotta be prepared for the things that you do. All right. I go to the gym, I read, I grow my vegetables, I fucking go to work, and I do this. You got to be prepared for all those things. You know what I'm saying? All right, this week we got to harvest, so we got to make time for that. This week we have to, hit a couple PRs, so be ready for that. You got to eat, you got to be prepared, right? Or else you're going to get in front of that weight, you're going to be nervous. Work, whatever you do for work, you got to be prepared for fucking work. So everything you do, you got to have some kind of preparation. That's the most tangible thing that I think we can fix. So to me, those three pieces are the pieces that really make up frustration for us. There might be more. If you guys have more, tell me about them, and we'll fucking talk about them. But for me, those are the ones that are the glaring things. Now, I feel like when we do hard stuff, right, the more hard activities, we could say, the more hard things that we do callous us and prepare us for moments of frustration, right? Because think about it. Anything that's hard, anything that we're doing that's hard, there's going to be frustration along the way. even if you're proficient at it, even if you're good at it, right? I like to think that I'm a pretty good martial artist when it comes to sparring, when it comes to fighting, when it comes to the the strategic side. I like to think I'm pretty good, but there's plenty of frustration that goes on. The sparring, when I'm trying new things, when I'm not trying new things, and the guy I'm sparring is just getting the better of me. Frustration. But you're callousing. You're learning to deal with it. You're learning. That's why children's sports is such an important thing. Because you learn to lose. You learn to take your L's, and it doesn't completely diminish you. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's sore losers. I was one of them for a while. It's good to not like losing, obviously. It's good to have a problem with losing, because that means you want to get better at something, you want to fix, you want to refine, and you wouldn't know that you were bad at something until you lose or you lost. Or you wouldn't know that there was a chink in your armor somewhere. So I think when we're doing hard stuff, it's very important to embrace all of the little frustrations that come with it, because it's just going to callous you. It's just going to get you back to being able to deal with frustration. And I think that's what happens with adults, because you get to a place where you're winning all the time in your mind, right? You're winning. You're getting your paycheck. You and your spouse are doing good. You're able to go out to eat, 2, 3, 4 times a week. You're fucking all the time, right? You're having a lovely soiree every other weekend, right? Things are going good. You have a good house. You have good health care. You have all these things. And there's all these levels of comfort. And you haven't lost in a while. You haven't had to take an L in a while. You know what I'm saying? Sure, day-to-day things, and those count. We've already established that. Those count. Day-to-day things on your job, things go wrong, losses, yes. But it's very different than somebody who's coming up, right? If you took a guy who's 45 and established and compared him to himself when he was 25, he's taken a lot more L's far more often at that age. And he's going to continue to take them for a while. You follow me? So we got to understand, the people in my generation in their early 20s, that we're in the beginning. We're going to be frustrated for a long time, especially if you're trying to build something on your own. Especially if you're, doing something out of the box, out of the ordinary. It's going to be even harder. But understand that whatever path you take, unless you have a golden path, that your family's carved out for you, then there's very little frustration involved, because you've already been set along the way. But you got to understand that it's just a part of what we do. It's a part of what we do as humans. We get frustrated because we try things. But because we're young and we're early on in this life, there's people that have lived 3 times longer than us, right? 4. We're going to be frustrated. We're going to be frustrated for a while because we're not going to have the security that we want. We have the uncertainty, right? Some of us, again, some of us have easier tracks than others. Now, the people I was talking about before with the golden path, they're the outliers. They'll have frustrations, I'm sure, but separate that from the people who, had to work a little harder for things. You know what I'm saying? Now, does that mean the kid who went to school and got out of school and started off at $100K a year, is that kid going to have any frustrations? Abso-fucking-lutely, because he's a kid. Or she, you know what I'm saying? They're a kid, they're young. There's going to be plenty of frustrations. There were plenty of frustrations to get to that point, right? So that's what I mean. And we just have to deal with it. We have to deal with it as young people. And it affects us a lot because we have a lot to think about. We're thinking about a lot all the time. We're thinking about a lot all the time. it's one thing if you're like a single grown person and you got some things figured out and you're happy with where you are, then that's cool. But I would think that a younger person is worried about more things than that person. And the only person that's more worried is someone with children, right? And mouths to feed. Sometimes it's a cross of both, right? It's a young person with children. And that's a tough situation. Unless you're there for it, you know what I'm saying? If you're there for it, then you're fucking there for it. And God bless you. One of my best friends is having a kid, and he's technically younger than me. So that's what I want to talk about, guys. The fuck station. That sounded terrible. I'm sorry. Frustration. It's something that hits us all, guys. It's something that hits us all, and I was dealing with it. And like I said, I didn't know what I was going to talk about all week. I was like, I got to do this podcast. I don't know when I'm going to do it. I have other things to do. I have, time to waste, essentially, right? I was frustrated, and I was getting frustrated because of all the things that I have to do. But at the same time, I want to build my schedule a certain way, but I have these blocks in my days. I have these blocks in my days that are where I have to go to work. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it sucks because I want to do things in those points of the day. Maybe in that point in the day, something will come to me and I will want to do my podcast. I just want to have all the time in the world to do that stuff. But again, you lose track of your path. You lose track of trusting the process, which is the scariest thing in the world, guys. I understand. Trusting the process is hard. And that's why it has to be done. The hard stuff has to be done. You follow me? I'm working on being born again hard. If you guys have watched Full Metal Jacket, that's what the drill sergeant, what's his name? Gunnery Sergeant Hartman. That's what he says to Private Pyle when he starts getting his shit together. He's like, "You've been born again hard, son." After watching that movie, I'm like, God damn right. Son of a bitch. It makes you want to watch some Jocko and some David Goggins. You're like, God damn it. These guys are real hard men, hard-bodied men, but are soft when they have to be, right? When they're with the woman they love and the children that they've had. They're stern when they have to be, but they really love them. But on the outside of that, they are hard motherfucking men. And that's what I'm aspiring to be. That's what I'm trying to be. All while not trying to be kept in this weird box of masculinity, right? And no, I'm not going to go sucking dicks or anything like that. But I think we all know what we mean about, and I don't mean toxic masculinity because I think that's bullshit. I think there's, I think there's dickhead guys who promote that stuff. But there's also rational men who carry themselves in a manner that other men would respect, which for some weird reason humans like that. I personally don't care. I want to do it for myself. And just doing that hard stuff, like I said, it's great for self-discipline, it's great for combating frustration, and it's great for every goddamn thing. It's great for hardening your mind. We gotta have hard minds. So that's what this is, man. It's all mind shit. It's all mind games. We are totally engulfed in the consciousness, in our own consciousness. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what we think we can do, all we can do is what we think we can do. How about that? There's some shit. All we can do is what we think we can do. So if you think you can do fucking anything, then you can do everything. There you go, people. Take that. Take that. It's a good thing I waited for tonight because I feel good. That's me just making an excuse for procrastinating. But no, I'm happy that I could have easily said fuck this and put one of my other episodes that I recorded out instead of doing a brand new live one, and taking the easy way out. And I'm happy I goddamn didn't, because this shit is important to me, guys. And I hope I hope it resonates with you. Some of these things that I'm saying. This stuff is very important to me, and I'm happy that some people are listening, and I hope that more people will be listening as time goes on. Thank you guys so much for joining me every Monday and every Thursday. Thank you guys for spreading the word. Tell everyone that you know about us. Keep doing it. Share us. Subscribe wherever you listen. Like, comment. Goddamn. Tell everybody again. I'll say it 3 times. Tell everybody you know about us. What else? Follow me on all my social media links for more nonsense. You know what I'm saying? I love nonsense. If you guys like nonsense, then you have to subscribe to my nonsense-ass social media pages. So go ahead and do that. Links in the description. And finally, always head on over to www.obsessiveaggression.com. Check out the media page if you're not interested in buying anything, because the shit is cool at very least. We're going to keep adding. I've been slacking on that, but we're going to keep adding to it. And that's what it is, guys. Remember, frustration stems from impatience, failing to prepare, and uncertainty. And there's 2 of those that we can fix. And if you have a hard mind, you can really fix all 3 of them. So that's it, guys. Thank you all for listening. I'll have a lovely episode for you guys on Thursday for the first week of May. We're rocking and rolling, people. We're almost halfway through the year, and we are still killing shit. And there is more to come, and there will always be more to come. So thank you all for listening. Have a great day. Peace.